On the Trail Radio here, talking about something a little bit different today, talking about how I broke my first ever VHF UHF airband scanner. This is the Realistic Pro 32 UHF, VHF, and airband scanner. That means that it can receive between 30, 54, and 108 to 136, 138 to 174, and 380 to 512 megahertz. A very big range for a decently priced scanner. The scanner itself came with a front-facing panel, a very streamlined one in fact. Came with a lock, a really good volume and tactile feeling knob, a very nice squelch, a BNC connector, so it was very quick at disconnecting and connecting at any time I wanted to make it simpler to use. It had 200 channels that I could program into it. It could use 6 AA batteries instead of just plugging it in, which ended up being my biggest downfall. See, me being so excited to use it, I started to actively use it using the batteries. Yet, it kept telling me that my batteries were low, no matter how many new ones I put in there. So, I turned to the side and saw the power plug. So the first thing I did is ran and grabbed my 13.8 volt power plug. Only one thing, if you turn it back here, it's rated for 9 volts, not 13.8. So when I plugged it in, the entire thing started smoking. I opened it up and there it was, exploded capacitors, multiple of them. I used as many capacitors as I could. I kept plugging them in, I kept soldering them in, and I was doing a decent job at it. Except for the fact that every time I plugged it back in, the capacitors exploded, even if I wasn't using these. Then battery acid started going everywhere. The radio started smelling of burnt electronics. I had to take it apart on the face and the back, and I had to come to the conclusion after I saw the resistors were burnt up and the capacitors and everything inside of it, I think I killed it. It's dead. The screen no longer functions. When I turn it on, nothing but a low burr is what comes out of the speaker. Now it sits on my stand with the rest of my radios being there useless. Cannot turn on, cannot scan. A shell of its former self. Doesn't it just look so nifty though? So here I am looking for a scanner that's not $700 and can scan everything it did as well.